While India reiterated its strong stance against terrorism and the threats South Asian region stares at during the Quad Summit and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's address to the United Nations General Assembly, the recent PM visit to the United States also emphasized at strengthening bilateral ties with different countries and ensuring more FDI in India. The Prime Minister held a number of meetings with state leaders and top CEOs to deepen both camaraderie and cooperation. Have a look.
Nearly 8 months after the current US dispensation came to office, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi held wide-ranging talks with the US leadership. The meeting that came in the backdrop of an unfolding crisis in war-torn Afghanistan purportedly discussed the regional effects of what appears to be a Pak-backed devious plan. US Vice President Kamala Harris also welcomed India's decision to resume exports of the COVID-19 vaccine. India, the world's biggest maker of COVID vaccines, which has already inoculated over 850 million doses in the country, announced past week that it would resume vaccine exports later this year. India had earlier stopped exports in April to focus on inoculating its own population as infections exploded.
When India experienced a surge of COVID in the country, the United States was very proud to support India in its need and responsibility to vaccinate its people. And I welcome India's announcement that it will soon be able to resume vaccine exports. It is of particular note and admiration that India, I'm told, is currently vaccinating approximately 10 million people a day as of today.
The two sides acknowledge that their relationship has developed into a global strategic partnership. Regular exchange of high-level political visits has provided sustained momentum to bilateral cooperation. In past half-decade, the trade ties have picked an unprecedented pace with annual figures expected to reach $100 billion in near future. Both India and the US have shown an increased confidence in each other ever since they had a fallout with China in one or the other form. Apart from trade, India has also shown an upped interest in US defense products, and the purchases have grown significantly high in past few years. Modi said India and the US are natural partners having similar geopolitical interests, and the two countries were continuously increasing cooperation between them.
विश्व की सबसे बड़ी और सबसे पुरानी डेमोक्रेसीज के रूप में भारत और अमेरिका नेचुरल पार्टनर है। हमारे मूल्यों में समानता है, हमारे जियोपॉलिटिकल हितों में समानता है और हमारा तालमेल और सहयोग भी निरंतर बढ़ता जा रहा है।
Modi also met his Japanese and Australian counterparts Yoshihide Suga and Scott Morrison on the sidelines. While all of them are now members of the Quad grouping, New Delhi's bilateral camaraderie with both Japan and Australia has grown stronger in recent times. Modi also met chief executives of several US companies including Qualcomm and Blackstone. They discussed ongoing projects and further investment opportunities in India, including under the National Infrastructure Pipeline and National Monetization Pipeline.
We see a lot of activity right now because of the necessity to geo-diversify and build a very resilient supply chain for semiconductors. We believe India could be an important destination, and if that infrastructure is available in India, we'll be very happy to partner with India.
While many global businesses have been thriving in India, many others have shifted their interest towards India, especially after the breakout of the pandemic. Last year, hundreds of them announced that they would be shifting their bases from China to India, providing a major boost not just to India's GDP and economy, but a confirmation to New Delhi's sustained efforts at making the Indian market more accessible and hospitable to foreign investors and manufacturers.